The story revolves around a critical moment where immediate action is required. A little girl, no more than 7 or 8, finds herself in a situation that could change everything in a matter of seconds. In the middle of a seemingly ordinary kitchen, a tiny baby is lying helplessly in her arms, and every second counts. The water from the tap is flowing, and there is no time to waste. The tension is palpable. One wrong move could put the baby in serious danger. The urgency of the situation grips everyone in the room, and even though the girl is small, her courage shines through as she knows she has to act quickly to save the child. A child's life is at stake, creating tension and emotional pull that no viewer can ignore. The baby's small hands, innocent eyes, and fragile body make the stakes clear. This is a moment where vulnerability meets bravery. As the girl carefully positions the baby, her focus and determination become the center of the story. Around her, adults, including doctors and a father figure, watch in shock and disbelief, unsure if the child can handle such responsibility. The contrast between innocence and danger heightens the emotional intensity, pulling the audience deeper into the narrative. Every detail, from the baby's tiny gasp to the anxious expressions of the onlookers, adds layers of suspense and empathy. The audience feels compelled to watch and see what happens next. Curiosity builds naturally, as viewers cannot look away from the unfolding drama. Questions flood the mind. Will the baby be okay? How did the girl manage such a critical moment? The mix of suspense, raw emotion, and extraordinary courage keeps everyone on edge, making this more than just a simple scene. It becomes a story of bravery, love, and the unexpected power of one small act. In those intense moments, viewers are drawn in, hearts racing, desperate to witness the outcome of this life-altering event. This story focuses on the baby's vulnerability and the immense responsibility that unexpectedly falls on the older sibling. In a quiet kitchen, a little girl finds herself holding a tiny, fragile baby in her arms, completely aware that the baby's safety depends entirely on her. Every gentle movement matters. Every careful step is crucial. The baby's delicate form and helpless expression highlight just how vulnerable they are, making the girl's responsibility feel enormous despite her young age. There is no one else in that moment who can take control, and the weight of the situation rests entirely on her small shoulders. It shows pure emotional interactions that immediately tug at heartstrings. The older sibling's eyes are wide with determination and care, while the baby instinctively responds with trust and dependence. The simplicity of their bond, the gentle cradling, the cautious positioning, the comforting whispers, captures a raw emotional connection that resonates deeply with anyone watching. Around them, adults look on with amazement and fear, recognizing the bravery and instinctive love displayed by the girl. Every movement and glance is amplified by the urgency of the moment, creating a scene that is both tense and profoundly touching. The story highlights themes of care, love, and courage in unexpected situations. It reminds viewers that true bravery is not always found in grand gestures, but in small acts of responsibility and compassion, when no one is expecting it. A child stepping up to protect another, showing love and courage far beyond their years, creates a powerful narrative about human connection. In this heartwarming and suspenseful moment, the audience is reminded of the extraordinary strength found in innocence, love, and empathy, a story that lingers long after the scene is over. The dramatic setup, where the baby is at risk and adults stand shocked in the background, immediately captures attention and creates intense curiosity. In a simple, everyday kitchen, a scene unfolds that is far from ordinary. A little girl holds a baby under a running faucet, and the tension is palpable. Her focused determination contrasts sharply with the expressions of the adults behind her, doctors, parents, or guardians, all frozen in disbelief, unsure if she can manage this critical moment. This contrast between the innocence and vulnerability of the baby and the stunned, fearful reactions of the adults amplifies the drama, making viewers instinctively lean in to see what will happen next. By combining an ordinary setting with extraordinary tension, the story becomes both relatable and thrilling. Kitchens are familiar, safe spaces, and yet in this moment it becomes the stage for an extraordinary act of courage. The juxtaposition of mundane surroundings with life or death stakes creates a compelling visual and emotional impact. The audience can immediately recognize the danger, empathize with the baby's vulnerability, and marvel at the young sibling's bravery. This blend of the familiar and the extreme keeps viewers on the edge of their seats, as it is easy to imagine oneself in the same situation, making the tension feel personal and real. This setup encourages clicks because viewers want to see the outcome and solution. Questions flood their minds. Will the baby be safe? How will the girl manage this seemingly impossible task? The suspense drives engagement, compelling viewers to watch the entire story to see the resolution. The combination of high stakes, emotional vulnerability, and an ordinary but intense setting creates a perfect formula for curiosity-driven viewing. Every second of the unfolding drama keeps the audience invested, making it impossible to look away until the story reaches its heart-stopping conclusion.